Frustration all the way around. Months after a fire is out in Grand Rapids, people say there's been little to no progress here. I'm Dave Spencer. I'll explain why coming up in a live report.
A Fox 17 investigation, a clash between a family, a township, and a Grand Rapids organization all over a piece of farmland.
Several people injured after Greyhound bus and a semi collided. The tricky move one driver had to make.
From the station with the most local news, Fox 17 News at 6 starts right now.
First to a story you will only see on Fox 17. This lingering eyesore in one Grand Rapids community doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Fox 17 first showed you the flames and fire that destroyed a 100-year-old building at the corner of Alpine and 10th Street back in April. The follow-up by firefighters was also part of an in-depth story on arson investigations.
But still, many people are left wondering what's next for the property left in ruins. It's a question Fox 17's Dave Spencer has been trying to find answers to all day long.
He joins us live now from the scene of the fire with the first of two big investigations our reporters are working on tonight. Dave?
Yeah, this is what it's been looking like here for 4 months. It still smells like a fresh fire, and that has people who live around Alpine and 10th wondering how long is it going to stay this way. On the afternoon of April 21st, smoke from a fire at Alpine Avenue and 10th Street could be seen from miles away. In the meantime, the owner says he's been getting a lot of offers, even from people living in the neighborhood who are interested in purchasing this property from him. But he says the money hasn't been right, and he doesn't want to give up on his dream of opening a grocery store at this very location. Live in Grand Rapids, Dave Spencer, Fox 17 News.
New at 6, the state's first case of West Nile virus of the season found right here in West Michigan. State officials say it's a man from St. Joseph County. They're not releasing his name just yet. None of the animals that have tested positive for West Nile this year have been found in West Michigan. State officials do want to remind you to protect yourself against mosquitoes all summer long. Last year, 17 people died from West Nile just in Michigan.
More than 20 people were hurt after a crash in Kalamazoo County this morning. It happened in the westbound lanes near Climax about 10:30. Traffic was rerouted between exit 88 and exit 92 on I-94 for several hours. All lanes were finally reopened just before 2 o'clock. The sheriff says 40 people were in the Greyhound bus that collided with the trailer of a semi-truck. Of the 22 that were hurt, 8 were taken to the hospital. 7 have been released. 1 person is listed as critical. They say the bus actually went into the trailer, so the semi-driver had to drive both vehicles off the road. Fire, police, and ambulance crews responded to the scene. Now the sheriff is still investigating, so they don't know if anybody is going to be cited for this.
They sold guns from a gun store and sold them to drug dealers. That's what federal agents are saying about 2 men arrested in Muskegon County last month. Here's a look at both suspects, Joseph Sweet Jr. and Ronald Cook. The feds say the pair broke into the gun shop on Holton Road and stole 24 guns, 15 of which are still unaccounted for. The feds say they swapped the weapons for heroin and cash with suspected drug dealers. Sweet was arrested for failing to pay child support back on July 14th, and his car matched the suspect vehicle description found on the gun store surveillance video, even though it had recently been painted. Cook was arrested 4 days later. He admitted to trading guns with those drug dealers. Both have previous convictions on their record, including breaking and entering.
Questions tonight about what exactly will happen with a residential high-rise in downtown Grand Rapids now that it's finally out of foreclosure. It's a story we broke a few hours ago on Fox17online.com. We have learned that Icon on Bond has been sold to a company out of New York. The building was completed in 2007 with a Renaissance Zone tax incentive. Developer Joe Mock only sold 4 condos in the Icon, and it was eventually foreclosed on by the bank. The building then became a rental property. No word on whether the units will remain apartments or if they will now be sold as condos.
Now to another Fox 17 investigation. Chickens, donkeys, ducks, and lots of other animals. A Van Buren County family fighting tonight with the government and a Grand Rapids organization to keep a hobby farm they've been developing for years. The family claims they were told they were in compliance with the township rules and regulations. But
now they're being told a different story. It's all happening in Antwerp Township, that's just outside Matawan. Fox 17's Jennifer Dowling spent the day investigating in Grand Rapids and Van Buren County. She is live at Antwerp Township now to break down this controversy. Jen.
Good evening. This is Cotton, a well-loved member of the Hunter family farm here in Antwerp Township. We're also joined by Wyatt, the curious horse. Now, the Hunter family here was concerned they were going to have to get rid of some of their animals. The township about 3 months ago told them they were in compliance with these guys. However, they came back to them about 2 weeks ago saying their decision has changed. The family is confused and is concerned that their way of life is now threatened.
This one is Ruthie.
8-year-old Jackson Hunter is proud of his friendly donkeys, Ruthie and Nellie, and his prize-winning 4-H chickens, especially the one he calls Cotton.
This one's a Silky.
There is a lot of confusion because there's 2 parties involved, and now they say the state may become involved as well. So we'll make sure to follow this story for you and keep you posted. Back to you guys.
Much more to come, Jen. Thanks for that tonight. Great job out there. A man found in a Michigan theater with body armor and a gun, but he isn't being charged with having the gun inside the theater. We're going to tell you what else he told police and what they're charging him with.
Ann Arbor police revealing something that may help them solve the murder of a University of Michigan student, what they released, and who they want to talk to.
It's a gorgeous evening out there tonight, but we'll be tracking some storms for tomorrow. More on that, plus your weekend forecast straight ahead on Fox 17 News at 6.
You're watching Fox 17 News.